Yep, we're going.
Alright. My name's Natron. I was asked to do kind of like a glossary video about different terminology when it comes to fighting, so I'm going to go over some of the really basics here. You're going to present your guard for me, please. I appreciate it. So when I use terms like guard, generally what I'm talking about is shield and sword position, and some torso position can come into it as well. Such as like if your shoulders are really far forward, that's going to be a poor guard. Whenever I talk about things like stance, I'm talking about foot placement and knee flexion. How deep are you into your knee squats? Going over like actual combat related terminology, a strike is going to be any single movement of my weapon. These are strikes. These are strikes. Strikes. Shots are strikes that have an actual setup built into them. Strikes that actually involve your whole body. So for example, a flat wrap is going to look like this. If I actually wanted to land this on Angus as a shot, I'd be moving my body and adjusting my depth to actually get range in on it. Moving over shot names and shot styles, you have things like wraps, and the most common kind of wraps you're going to see are shield side wraps. There's kind of three different strikes that you're going to throw to this top right quadrant. You have that straight chop, and then kind of going to step up in depth on your target is this flat wrap. And then going to step again in depth on your target is, instead of flat, where if I had an actual like edged sword, my sword would be flat facing up, facing down here. You're instead throwing these big sky cookie style wraps that wrap all the way over, and you make this triangle with your arm and your weapon. So you have straight up chop, flat wrap, and a full deep wrap. A wrap is just any shot that's going to break a plane and kind of curve. So if I was going to say something like a shield side wrap, I could mean something like this. I could mean something over the top. I could mean something really low. Anything that's going to wrap around that shield side. I'll also refer to onside pretty often. When I talk about onside, I'm talking about the side that the fighter I'm talking about sword is on. This is your onside. So when I say, oh man, I really liked that onside shield wrap, stuff like this. When I'm talking about offside shots, I'm talking about crossing over my opponent's center line and throwing crossing shots. So you have onside, cross, or offside. Other pretty general like terminology, high crosses are going to be shots that cross above the top hemisphere of my opposing fighter and cross over the center line, targeting this far quadrant over here. Again, you can kind of work on different ranges with this. You have just a straight chop. You can go a little deep and roll over. You can go real deep and try to crank in. You can even kind of flatten it out and throw it sort of like that. When I talk about money shots, the classic money shot is coming in. Let's swap sides. Your classic money shot is an outside your shield shot. Your hand stays outside your shield. That's designed to come in inside your opponent's shield and hit right in this area. You're looking for groin, lower stomach. If you go right foot forward for me, I throw this really often against right foot forward fighters to try to tag that hip. Dark sides attack kind of the same area, but you have, again, kind of two different kinds of dark sides. You have dark sides that are going to come over, and all dark side means is behind my shield and straight back in. And then there's the dark sides I really like, and I talk about this in a lot of the Flow v board videos I review. These dark sides that go under and come back up high. I really like these, especially if you'll just throw a high cross and hold it there. Especially against guys who like the machine gun high crosses, this is very nice. You can bait them into throwing a cross and come up into that arm. You can also go high and dark side. This is pretty rare though. Going above your shield forearm and behind your shield for a cross, for wraps, for legs. I see really mobile fighters do that a whole lot. And finally, just terms like inside and outside. If you'll drop the shield for a second. So in general, when we're talking about outside and inside, we're talking about striking lane. So if you'll present your guard. An inside striking lane shot is going to be coming inside of my opponent's sword. Going outside is going to be outside my opponent's guard. So we'll talk about inside-out lanes a lot sometimes. And I think that's about it. If you have any other specific questions, you can just comment them. I may do a follow-up glossary video on anything that I've missed, but thank you, Angus. This is Angus. He's great. I got tape on. Check him out. And that's the video.